It's Peach and Lily. I have the Glass Skin Refining Serum. So this actually is already in my bathroom, so I don't have the actual bottle. But this needs no introduction. I talk about it all the time in my skincare videos. I use it in the morning. It's just a wonderful cocktail for my skin. My skin enjoys it. And Ulta is always selling it at a great deal. So that was the first thing. Next up is the Glowstarter, the Mega Illuminating Moisturizer. Now I picked up the color Suntan, and let me tell you something. I had no idea that this was going to fly off the shelves, but this color didn't make no sense because the first one is suited for fair skin. Oh no, everybody was going for the darker color. Like, what, did everybody go on some tan and go on some vacation? What are you guys doing? Because I had to pick this up from Sephora. Luckily Sephora had it. It was flying off the shelves, but they had it. And I was able just to order it for the same price over there. It's hard to see this on camera. This is just absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. The glow that it adds to like my skin tone, deeper skin tone, it is just beautiful. It's a realistic glow. There's no shimmer, chunks of glitter. It's just beautiful. Also, I picked up from Benefit the Porefessional. I said I was going to grab the Hydrating version. So I do have the original one, and the Porefessional, to be honest, I don't really have like enlarged pores, but the original pore, I do like it to press it and smooth out just this region here. Works great, doesn't clog my pores, nothing. So I did receive a sample of the hydrating one, and the only difference that I noticed, it does the same thing. It's smoothing and just, again, no skin sensitivity. Is doing the exact same thing. The only thing is this version, the hydration, it says that somebody went, there you go, there's a splash of water on your skin. Go ahead, bye. That's it. Your skin just feels hydrated. So that's definitely my aesthetic. The dewy walking thunderstorm look. So definitely enjoying that. Now I did pick up the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. I said I was going to grab this along with the Aqua Brilliance Primer. First thing I noticed with this was the color. I said, is that 6W1? Because this looks awfully deep. It looks like 8W1. So there it is right there. But when I start to blend it out into my skin, you know, just let it do its thing. It blends into my skin. It looks like it's not going to do it here. I'll leave it for a little bit. Let's see if it changes color. But on my skin, it starts to blend out. And it starts to match me. I don't know how that's possible. I'm thinking I probably should have gotten in 5W1, to be honest. But I've gone into every light. I've gone into every natural light. I mean, I was just popping my face in left and right when I wore that, and it worked. I don't know. This is a thin texture, but I noticed that it has just this slight tinge of coverage. Like if I wanted to build up in certain areas, it can do that, but we're not going into full coverage. We're not going into like a true medium coverage. I mean, it is just creeping into the medium coverage. So with that in mind, I feel if you have imperfections that are, just on its way out the door, this might give you some of that, that coverage that you're looking for. I also picked up Urban Decay's All Nighter Ultra Glow Face Primer. This is the foundation primer, the grip version they have. And then I also grabbed the same day the All Nighter Ultra Glow Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. Now, this one, let's talk about the setting spray real quick. This just reminds me of the All Nighter. It just has that slight radiance to it that I can see. So for someone like me that likes to put on, like I will double it up. I'll do a spray, like a hydration spray or a radiant spray, and then I will put on my setting spray, because yes, that's me. This, I don't have to do that. It's like all in one, given the longevity of your makeup plus that radiance. Now the Ultra Glow All Night Face Primer, the Ultra Glow, I don't see it as this Ultra Glow radiance type of a primer. I see a radiance to it, but we're talking it's subtle to me. I mean, I'm in the magnifying mirror, but I do see the grip. I was like, and it's funny is I remember when I first wore this, I didn't even like the word, the grip wasn't in my mind. I was just putting it on. And I remember like, oh, it feels a little sticky. And then whatever, put on my rest of my makeup. And I was like, I really like my makeup that day. And, you know, I had used this, this primer. I feel that grip action, like the Milk Grip or all these other type of a grip products out here, this is doing what it's supposed to do. I did pick up a few Nabla products. Now I only grabbed one bronzer. So this is their Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder. And this is what the product looks like. And I have the shade Profile. This is the shade I feel that worked the best for me. It is not a warm tone bronzer. I feel it is something that is definitely more on the neutral side. However, it works well with my warm undertone. Blended out well. We're talking soft products as far as the texture of the product. Easy to diffuse. Beautiful looking natural. I'm impressed. And it was a great deal. I think each one was like $12 at that time. So I'm happy I got the bronzer. I did grab two highlighters, Amnesia, and I forgot what the other name was. It was more of a darker shade. So Amnesia, which is what I'm wearing today, I'm so glad I grabbed this color, because this one is what they say is best suited for lighter skin tones. But this shade reminds me of the Amrezy highlighter from ABH. However, this one is warmer. So this was just perfect. They get applied just smooth, no gathering, no emphasizing, no texture, no nothing. I sprayed my brush too, just to dab on for some wetness, and it was just gleaming. Loved it. For the darker highlighter, for the name I can't remember, I noticed when I was swatching it and putting it on that I go, I have this highlighter. Where do I remember this highlighter in my collection, right? I've got like 2 drawers of highlighters, and believe me, I can tell which each one the shade will look. It is the exact shade of Milk's Flex highlighter. I already have it. I applied them, one on each cheek. I swatched them on the hand. I said, this is the same thing, and I don't need to. I wasn't planning on picking up any lip products. I think I even passed all of that in my recommendations video. However, of course, you know, the day arrives, and it was the day with the MAC lipsticks, and I said, oh, Honeylove. Oh, I forgot about Honeylove. I don't have Honeylove, and I love MAC lipsticks. I don't care what people say, okay? I grew up with MAC. I will always buy MAC #1 in my book. So Honeylove has that golden tone to it as well. I know it don't look like it, but I have it on too. I have like a lot on, but I use it in the center of the lipstick, and it just matched perfectly with the Buxom lipstick that I was not supposed to buy. I wasn't supposed to buy anything, but I wind up grabbing 2. I shouldn't have, but I got Dreamboat because Dreamboat looked like that golden, like honey, like dark honey, you know, in the Pooh Bear, you know, Pooh Bear, the honey coming down the tree in the Acre Woods. I had to have. So I went ahead and grabbed Honeylove. Wait a minute. No, in the Buxom lipstick, it's Dreamboat, which is what I have on. And Dreamboat, I don't have a shade like this in my collection, my lipsticks. Go figure it out. So I said, okay, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. This is the Buxom up here. And then that is the Honeylove from MAC. You have to put it on your lips to see the golden undertone. I know it's like, you don't see no honey shade in there. Believe me, it's there. It has that cooling sensation, which I'm used to from when I have Dolly, White Russian, the lip plumping glosses and stuff. So it doesn't bother me. I like that feeling. And as far as like longevity, I'm not looking for that in a lipstick. I know, I'm going to have to reapply it and so forth. So there's nothing where I see this formula in the Buxom lipsticks that is like overly wowing me, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with Buxom lipsticks. That's just me. So then I go by the color, okay? And I just noticed that Dreamboat shade I did not have. I did grab 2 Kylie lip kits. Again, was not supposed to grab them. But then I was going through, I decluttered my older lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, all that mess. And I had to declutter some of her older ones. So I look for an orange tone one. Again, honey, like I'm on this honey peach kick for some reason. And there is the shade that is called Autumn. So I did grab Autumn. I swatched it in the store, and it is a shade that I like. It's obviously, fall. Where I live, it's fall. So, it goes with the season. Again, I am not that type of girl. I do not go by this. I wear it when I want, where I want, when I want. But I did like that. And I also liked Dolce K. Okay. And this is just going to be my everyday nude tone liquid lip. I like Kylie's formula. I did not have an issue with it before it was redone. So, it's vegan and cruelty-free and all that. So I just was curious to see how the formula is now versus the old. So that's Autumn on that side. And then that's Dolce K. I feel like I didn't swatch everything. I didn't. The Nabla. Okay. Let me real quick, before we close out with the eyes, I'm going to swatch the Nabla bronzer. It's so, yeah, it shows up. These are sloppy. Don't be expecting perfection. These are just, there you go. See what it looks like? Okay, there you go. Go on. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, there is the Nabla bronzer, and then that is the highlighter, Amnesia. I did say in my recommendation video I was not going to grab any Jaclyn Cosmetics. I just wasn't interested in it. But then the day came, and I was like looking up reviews and trying to see what it looked like on darker skin. And I didn't really see much on YouTube. So I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and order a few items just to see how it is and the formula. I grabbed 2 of the bronzer and the blush duos. Okay, so I grabbed the last 2, which were Hot Lava and then the bronzer. And then I forgot what the name shade is for the plum tone blush. And then it had, the matching bronzer. Now, packaging wise, I personally felt the packaging is quite heavy. So it's giving that luxury feeling and reminding me of Patrick Ta. That's it, of like his type of packaging, which is a little bit weight to it. Also, when you lift the lid, there is that spring action going on. Again, showing that, okay, this has some thought into the packaging and it feels expensive. That's what I noticed. However, it's too bulky, way too bulky for me. And I feel it's a lot of wasted space because of that bulkiness. Hot Lava, the orange blush, that one had some pigment to it for my skin tone. I didn't notice any type of like patchiness and skipping or anything. The formula felt soft, and I think it stated that it's made in Italy. Not, not that that really matters. I'm just stating from memory. But the bronzer, what I noticed is that bronzer has a overly warm undertone to it, almost in a sense matching the orange tone of the blush itself. So I would put on the bronzer, and when I'm putting on the blush on top, it's as if they're merging together and just getting, darker and darker, where that's not my concept of how I'm using my bronzer with my blush. Now the plum tone one, the last shade one, like I can't remember again, same thing. No issue with the blush application at all. It's the tone. The bronzer of that compact has that matching with that plum coolness of that shade. So again, it's just as if it's same undertone, but different color. I hope this makes sense. Now I did grab the highlighter, and I just thought try the single pressed version, and then try the one loose shade. So for the pressed compact and the loose compact, same thing. Weight to it, luxurious. I can't recall. I think there was a J again. I already said what I said about the packaging. It's irrelevant. I'm just saying my thought process. But in the pressed version, that one reminded me of Hourglass's highlight. It was soft. It applied really well on the skin. No like cakiness. No, and I mean cakiness as far as like, grabbing onto texture or hairs on the face, because I don't shave my face. And it looked beautiful on the skin. The first word that came to mind was bridal. For the loose highlighter, same thing. And I know some people are like, oh my gosh, loose. I don't like loose. It wasn't getting all over the place for me. When I have a loose highlighter or anything loose, I just puncture the holes with like a safety pin. And that way, when you turn it over, it's really confined, so it's not getting all over the place. That's a little tip. And same thing, I grabbed a peach tone for the loose highlighter, and it was just like an extension of the pressed powder with just a little bit more of an oomph to it. You can build it up. But I noticed for both products, when I would build it up, it gets to be a little bit, well, it gets intense in tone. However, it starts to change. Like it goes very much, like I said, from bridal, and then you build it up and it just turns into something where I'm like, okay, I don't like how it's laying on the skin, which again, I thought was odd. After eyeshadow palettes, I was not going to grab these. I blame you viewers. I know you, if you're watching, send some messages, some DMs saying, oh, but I tried these. Oh, they're good. You gotta try it out. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try this one from Too Faced, the Born This Way. What is this? The Natural Nudes palette. Only to prove, because I said it already, that I feel this palette is best suited for lighter skin. The mattes are fine. They worked great. Okay, now I dip into absolutely every color in this palette already on the first try. So I just used, that for the brow bone, and then to build up and crease, I just was using all the mattes. I just used all the matte. It does not start to show definition in my crease until I get down here. This shade right there. Now, once I get to these two over here, it's fine. It's fine. But then you've got all this over here. So it's as if I am buying a palette that's like that. Excuse me? No. But for lighter skin tones, I can see the appeal. It's perfect. These shades too will show up on you, and you can build up like that. So it serves its purpose, but it's not for everyone. Now, the shimmer shades I felt some were better than others, and it's basically meaning they show better with the finger. So what I did is, again, I just mixed them all together. I would just take my finger and go down one. Well, this one I used for the tear duct, the lighter one, but I just go here and go one. And then I went to the next one, and then that one. Just kind of merged them all together. They looked beautiful because, I mean, they're all the colors and all the shimmers and the glimmers and stuff. And it was a pretty eye look. But it's also just the same eye look if I just use this. Again, going into every color, every matte. Why not? Because it's there. And going into every shimmer shade. I'm going to get the same look, which is what I would expect from this palette. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get that natural, neutral look, which no matter how much you complain about you're sick of the neutral palettes, they sell. They sell. And they will continue to sell as long as there's humans on this earth. This one from Lorac, I grabbed the Pro Palette Artist Edition. Now, this was not the one that was recommended to me. You guys were recommending those other ones that were like the smaller ones, but this is me. There was one that was like a neutral tone one too, but I noticed the neutral tones, I look at that, if they're not dark enough, you know, starting out, then I just don't want it all light in my crease. And then there was a lot of shimmer. And then the second one, which I think was more of a cool tone one too, same thing. There maybe is the darker tones, but it's not rich enough for me. I want it in the palette to be rich. So I looked at the Pro palette, this one, and I said, oh, this one has it all, okay? This one has it all and more. So it has the lighter tones at the top, which is what I use to go all over the lid. But again, I dip into every shade. That's how you're going to finish your stuff. That's how you're going to finish your palettes. Dip into all these shades. It's going to come out looking the same anyway, that strong dominant shade. So I would just go in with this, and then down here, this row, which is all mattes, boom, 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 boom. But I wouldn't go into the, you know, the plum type violet, purple tone shades with, you know, with pink, unless that's the look I'm going for. You see what I mean? So otherwise I would just switch back and use the darker colors here. Okay, but if I do use these up here, I would go into that, just mix and match. And then for eyeliner or to set liquid and all that, you got your black, but you also have your black, of course, to smoke out. This one is where I'm like, okay, this is me. This is that neutral tone, but I've got lots of options here. And I also swatched the metallics, the shimmer shades, and I noticed that a lot of them were matching up to the Born This Way. So they're in here too. And this palette, they give you a little tool, so make sure, you know, if you get this, you hold on to it. And if you want to switch this out, which is what I will do, I'm going to switch it out so that all my mattes are together and that all the shimmers are together. So I'm just going to kind of move it and put the shimmers down here and move the mattes up. That's just me. So I like this. I like this palette. I like it a lot. And the quality already I'm familiar with. I'm just opening it up again to show you the little holes are back here. I'm already familiar with the Pro palettes from Lorac. So that's it. Thank you for stopping by, everyone, and watching. Your time is greatly appreciated, and I do not take that for granted. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and as always, I will see you hopefully soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.